I swear, all I've been playing against is people with anime plot armor. You guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on Scott. I've been doing some extensive testing with the brand new Light and Darkness deck, and I have been running into some people that just have the biggest anime plot armor I think I have ever seen in my life. And this warranted a video just pretty much on its own, but I have a couple of games here to show you because this is freaking ridiculous, man. So my opponent gets to start off. We're going to just go ahead and deploy the Mind Shift Hacks Trap Card 5000 here because this in Harmonia is just great. Like, you combine these two, you're going to control your opponent all day long, and then you've got the Fall on a White on Super Poly on the clapback on the next turn. Not a single problem here. But our opponent also is doing this. My mentality at this stage is like, you see the Mind Shuffle, you're like, alright, this is going to be a little bit annoying, but we can play through this. Here comes the Skull Dump into the Ritual spell to search, and then we're going to go ahead and just deploy our Mind Shuffle here to go ahead and add. We're going to dump our Skull down, which we're giving them fodder for this, but that's fine. I need the Ritual in rotation here so that I can actually, you know, go to war against the opponent here with the Mind Shuffle. So we're going to go ahead and tuck back our monsters, which is a little bit annoying, but now they're going to go ahead and do the Ritual. Here comes the D-Mod. We're going to go ahead and Harmonia Blast here. We're going to Mind Shuffle back. This is where I make arguably my first misplay here, which should have popped this and not this because I can't do anything with this anyway. And then we had the pack bit. We had the bounce on the Malong, but that's fine. We're kicking the Mind Shuffle out. We're going to lose our Mind Shuffle. It's fine. We can get it back. Now this is the part where I'm just like, oh, we're going to get Dark Magical Curtain now. So this is where the next line of insanity comes. A Dark Magician Girl who actually plays Dark Magician Girl. Well, he goes into the D-Mod, and I'm like, alright, cool, whatever. So now we just pivot into Dark Magician combo here, adding the Illusion of Chaos. We go ahead and add up the Rod. Rod goes ahead and searches. I'm like, alright, this is still manageable. Soul Servant with the Magician stack up, adding the Trap card. I'm like, okay, so we're dealing with Eternal Souls. We're stacking up the deck here. We're going to go ahead and make Selene. Typically, when I see Selene, the first thing I'm going to think of is, okay, so they're going to make the Charmer Link 4 to be able to pivot into a board. Right? Right? No. No, this is actually even dumber. I get to go ahead and make the Spirit. At this stage, I don't even know what else is in their hand. So they're going to go ahead, Spirit, toggle into the Field Spell. Field Spell, target to dump down Blue Eyes. And they will go ahead and Sage add. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? They're going to go ahead and Maiden on up. Alright, go ahead and rotate into this. Maiden will special summon itself. They'll go ahead and set a spell on Trap card, which is the search for the deck. They'll go ahead and add Ultimate Fusion. Go ahead and do the equip here. Go ahead and make the Synchro. We'll go ahead and grab. And then they're going to go ahead and gaze up into the Dragon Knight. Well, this thing actually is going to spot removal this, but this thing also says your opponent cannot target spell and trap card control card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. This Mad Lad has the ability to protect both of these things. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Alright, it's not a big deal. Dark Magical Circle, spot removal our monster, and pass turn. Alright, we can do things here. I mean, Mind Shuffle and the Maiden rotate, sure. We'll go ahead and deploy the Karibo. At least we can get a search. We're going to go ahead and Super Poly into Mud. We're going to go ahead and Albion on down here. We'll go ahead and special summon up the Ecclesia. Now, the last thing I have to do is Corrupted Reveal to go get the Black Chaos. I'm like, alright, cool, you know, this should be able to do something. I'm pretty bad, and I forgot about a nice little card my opponent's field. So we're going to special summon back this Blue Eyes. Maiden's going to go ahead and come back. They're going to go ahead and Ultimate Fusion all of them back. Yes, you just saw. They just hard used all of these Blue Eyes monsters to go ahead and convert into the Magia, which, alright, sure, we'll go ahead and make the Incredible. We're going to get Veilered for the BM, because, you know, we've already totally won this game. Albion's going to trigger Karibo Mind Shuffle. This is just an entire headache, man. Go ahead and get the Dark Magician up. They'll go ahead and continue on extending here. And guess what? Add back the resource. Go ahead and add this back. And BLS deploy. Go ahead and banish our monster. Mind Shuffle to add, which will go ahead and dump that. And it's okay, don't worry, they got more gas. They drew the Droll. They're going to go ahead and tuck back 3 resources here. Alright, get the Skull up. We'll go ahead and Magician's Rod here. At this point, I'm just like over this. Chaos Angel will go ahead and get Magi. By the way, that Magi having 0 attack is the funniest thing ever. They're going to go ahead and set up the next spell card. Go ahead and discard. They're going to actually search for the Destined Rivals. So they kind of punt the game here. I don't know why they didn't BLS over my monster and just win the game there. I don't know if they were afraid of something. They just curtain into the Dark Magician Girl and attack, and then just demod it all back around in circles again, just to kind of keep things going. Like, this is a little bit of overkill at this stage, but I surrendered there because we'll take a look at that list here in a second, but that was crazy. I've ran into a couple of other interesting little Blue Eyes challengers along the way. This hasn't been my first cup of tea with this deck lately. Piercing the Darkness here. Sage gets cut off with the Ash, which is basically what you want to see. They're going to go ahead and pivot on into the Blue Eyes to go ahead and get the free draw power. And of course, you gotta love it, right? You love your opponent getting a free draw 1, and it's just Melody of the frickin' Awakening Dragon. But they do have a way to kind of pivot back into things here. They go for the Azure Eyes instead. I don't know what they were really thinking here with this, but we'll get the Mind Shuffle into rotation. We'll go ahead and add up here, and then we'll go ahead and send this. And now I'm just gonna kind of get set up to going into my turn here, because all I have to do is break apart this board, and we drew the best card that we can to actually do that. Who doesn't love having Super Poly be a broken card? Go ahead and demod on back. This is why I love this card. This card is literally one of the most broken Yu-Gi-Oh cards I've ever read. Literally, yeah, you can get Mind Shuffle with it, but you can kick back a Ritual and summon this, and then you can once per turn banish 2 cards your opponent controls. And there goes the resources. So how do we break this? We just kind of set up safely here. There's no point. We're just going to win the game here. Because, having the Skull come back is game, plus extra free resources here. And then we go ahead and attack, and then Garua finishes the game for us. Because, Garua being able to deal double battle damage is very, very, very fun. Don't worry, we had more of this. This version was another Blue Eyes pile. I think they were playing something a little bit similar here. But I'm telling you, these duelists, they look like they have some plot armor. Go ahead and Karibo on up to get the curtain into rotation. Or the hat. We'll go ahead and Skull on down. Get the mill. Go ahead and grab up the D-Mock here. Tuck back our 2 cards because this is such a good card. Deploy to add back our spell card. I'll go ahead and Fallen of White to deploy, get the setup here, and we'll just go ahead and make Stardust. The reason why we make the Stardust here is if they try to chain anything onto the Mind Shuffle, Mr. Stardust is going to provide us a layer of protection here. Albion's going to go ahead and set our Fallen on Virtuous, and we're good. Mind Shuffle to get us the setup here. Get the bad Ritual out of our hand. We're going to go ahead and Maiden on back here, because I love being able to deploy Black Luster Soldier. They're going to go ahead and attempt this. We're going to go ahead and Victim Sanctuary to blast it. I was like, that seems like a pretty decent play. We'll go ahead and banish the Stardust to get Stardust back out of the deck. It's actually kind of cool you get to do that. They're going to go ahead and attempt to go down the line here. They'll get the field spell here, which is fine. We'll go ahead and Mind Shuffle this back. We'll go ahead and Fallen and Virtuous. I don't want them getting any free advantage. We'll go ahead and pop that. D-Mock extends down. Go ahead and get our free add back of Fallen and Virtuous. And we'll go ahead and, they're going to do something funny here. They're going to fuse. We're going to go ahead and hats. We'll go ahead and summon our 3 spell cards. Who doesn't love a Call by the Grave? It's level 8. They do get to clear our field here. I mean, like, I don't really care. It's fine. I mean, they get the trap back into rotation too, but that trap's not doing anything. They're going to go ahead and draw 2 cards here. They do get into the bingo machine. You have no idea how much I sighed. All of that effort just for my opponent to be able just to kind of keep on comboing here. Sage, go ahead and discard, bring out the Blue Eyes, and they end on that. All right. Go ahead and get Fallen into rotation again. And now, hey, look, it's the good card. Now we'll just go ahead and pop it again. All right. Isn't that cool? Now it'll break the Blue Eyes. They'll go ahead and attempt to revive their piece here, which is fine. Go ahead and sack off. We'll go ahead and Mind Shuffle. All right. Free add. Drop the Ecclesia. We'll go ahead and pop our Mind Shuffle. That's fine. All right. Load back up our resources. Call back the Friend. Call up the Mind Shuffle again. Recur back our resources. Now we'll go ahead and bring out the Soldier. They're going to go ahead and blast us with Valor. sad day. Sad day, I'm telling you, man. They have it. We get our damage. Our opponent's not really doing anything. I make the Typhone for the extra layer here because we can. They're going to go ahead and Maiden again to bring this back up. We're going to go ahead and fall on a Virtuous again. I'm telling you, that's True Light is not resolving. And now we just have to see the surrender from the opponent. Well, let's go pass on over to see what's going on. This just might be the ultimate 60 card pile that I have had the chance to encounter on my journey. There is just, it amazes me how many tool options that they were managing to get in here, bridging together not only the Maiden package, the Chaos package, you know, all the Blue Eye stuff in general, but this might be only 2 Dark Magical Curtains. That's kind of crazy. I think this could be optimized a lot better. If you want my honest opinion, this duelist might have been onto something. Seeing the Destined Rivals in here is kind of like whatever. I guess you're just using this as like a global negate, but it's kind of cool. But overall, just looking at these tools, I mean, this list, this guy might be onto something. Sub might have actually had a good idea as to where to go with this. And also, this is what I was playing. I'm still testing this, so don't think that this is by far, you know, the grandest idea. I took the OCG list and wanted to test out the ideas, just to kind of see where things were going. But I think this is a pretty good place to start testing this deck. But for now, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.